Alright, I'm just gonna record now.
You're recording now?
Yeah, I'm recording the table.
No, you don't need to tell. So,
Start.
action. So, hi, I'm Joe Gardenier. Anyways, everything that I've learned is through holistic doctors and naturopaths. So, and everything that I've learned is because of all the people around me. I've administered many people, well, not many, but a few, last breath into the next life. And those that passed with cancer and really bad aggressive cancer. But what I've learned is the human body is so resilient. It's so magnificent. God created this perfect being. We, us, this, okay? And we have chosen to listen to science and medical doctors. I'm nothing against the medical doctors that do surgery, that stitch you up, that set bone, that do the basics necessary. But when they interfere with the genetics of the human body with synthetic medication, then they're messing with God's plan, okay? They're messing with God's machine. And that's when I draw the line, because I've listened to them. I've had 2 heart attacks. First time they put 3 stents in. And then those stents, I came to the island, and after 2.5 years, I plugged them. 100% plugged, and then I went back and got open heart surgery. To find out that I didn't have to have the stents nor the surgery. And it's amazing, because I knew, but then you're in fear. So fear causes you to do certain things. But the definition of fear is false evidence appearing real, okay? It is false evidence or false information that is being put out by a system that was created by rich and powerful warlords or overlords. The Rockefeller family, the Rothschild family, all these other families took control of the education system, took control of the medical system, took control of all of the information that's coming out to mankind, and for the purpose of profit, money. They've had cures for cancer back in the late 1800s. And after that first cure came out, the medical industry and the big pharma, if you will, was like, oh, we can't have that again because it cost them billions. So they swore to not have any cures come out unless they controlled the narrative. Most importantly is that they control the narrative. I say they because it's a corrupt system, okay? So we all just need to get on board that the power families that own the biggest corporations in the world, they own the top 6 corporations that own all of media. All the information that's being put out today is controlled narrative. Everybody are actors, paid actors, and they have no soul. They don't care about the population. So in that, then we can start discerning everything with our own eyes, our own taste, our own senses, right? Your environment and everything around you. So if we go back to God's plan, getting back to cancer, I know I go off, but getting back to cancer. Cancer, everybody has. It's just it's a dis-ease, not a disease. There's a gentleman, a doctor named Dr. Sebi, S-E-B-I. Look him up, research him. He proved in a court of law that there is no disease. There's only one issue, and it's called mucus. So if you can get the mucus, displaced mucus, because our body has an inner lining of mucus, and we need that as a protective shield. But when we have issues with over-toxicity, okay, all things are caused because our body has become less alkaline, okay? We're now acidic. So there's a phrase that nothing can live in an alkaline body, and it's true. Disease cannot live in an alkaline body. So how do you raise your alkalinity? Those are your pH levels. So you gotta, once in a while, do a pH level on your blood. And that's basically it. So there's many ways. You just have to decide which one is comfortable to you. I believe in fasting, hardcore, water only. many have done this. Jesus, if you believe in the Bible and you go biblical, that Jesus was in the wilderness 40 days, 40 nights without food and water. So, say without food and water, but I believe there was water involved. Not saying that he couldn't do that. But in that, 40 days, 40 nights. There's a gentleman on island named Walt Goodrich, okay? And if you follow Walt Goodrich, he is a vegan, right? But he did 45 days on this island. Now that's tough, because there's so much good food here. You just can't push away from the table, right? Because it's so good. Barbecue's here. Now you can see me. Oh, I don't want to see me. I'm just kidding. I love seeing me. So, so anyways, most importantly is everything in moderation, but the things that Dr. CB talks about as far as CMOS. CMOS, our bodies are 102 nutrients, minerals, okay? We're made up of 102, and we need these 102 every day, not just every other day or once a week, but that's what's happening. My opinion has been, and everybody balks at me or mocks at me when I say, well, everybody is suffering from a form of malnutrition. And they're like going, look, I'm not malnutrition. Well, you might be when it comes to nutrients. So what we are eating today is lacking so much. The one peach from old times, you needed like 40 to have the actual nutrients that one peach had 40 years ago. So these are the things that are happening. Our soils are being poisoned and so on. So fasting, CMOS, and there's a tar that the ancients found up in the Himalayas. It's called Shilajit. So Shilajit, 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 and this tar was oozing from these cracks inside the walls of this mountain, right? And the goats and the rams and the deer would go there, and they would be licking on this, and the locals were like going, hey, it was good for them, so they started trying this. This is way, way, way back. Well, us Westerners are now starting to learn about it, this coveted, tar substance, that it's amazing for the human body, and it's been curing pretty much everybody and everything. It's just amazing. So I've ordered some of this. I've ordered CMOS. These are two items I have not taken personally. I concentrated my changes and everything on fasting, the nutrients intake, and abstinence of a lot of this stuff like soda, bread, certain dairies, and anything that is corporately packaged, from noodles to oatmeal to all this stuff that's in a box that a corporation made, that's designed to make you sick, fat, or addicted to it. And this is coming from Kevin Trudeau, who wrote a book years ago. And it's true. Well, the next thing that we have to do is our intestinal tract. They proved that in your intestinal tract that there's anywards of 5 to 15 pounds of fecal matter in your intestinal tract stuck on the lining walls, always. If you don't work towards purging that, doing enemas and or flushing your system in some process or some way. Yeah? Oh, you're saying hi. I thought you were saying, yeah, enema. So, importantly is to flush out your system. True story, well, I won't say true story. Story I heard about John Wayne when he passed. He was pretty heavy when he passed. When they did the autopsy, he had 70 pounds of fecal matter still in his intestinal tract. That was a crazy story. So I can't validate that story, but it's one that's out there. Flushing your system, cleansing. Another one that helps me with my pain and issues in pain. This is one that drives a lot of people crazy, and they actually go, they get gag reflex. I drink my urine, okay? That's like bothers people, but it's biblical and it's Dr. Basin backed. So if you grab the book Urine Therapy and study it, this is also a way that you can cleanse and purge your body. So I'm not going to go into more detail on that, other than when things are bad in my life or in my body, boom, I start doing that one, and pain's gone, everything's back to normal, and everything's working. So, and it's also a flusher. It'll flush you out. So these are things that you can try and do. But again, sea moss, shilajit, black seed oil. Morning routine is lemon or key lime, ginger, turmeric, and some honey for sweetener. If you throw in some cayenne pepper powder and stuff like that, that'll help with joint pains, aches, all that kind of stuff. Cinnamon, if you're heavy and you want to cut fat, do a teaspoon of cinnamon in your water in the morning, boom, that's to help cut fat. There's many different things. If you're having sleep issues, then you take banana peels, you cut them up and you stir fry it. I believe that I gotta refresh my memory on that one if they added something into it other than that. But the banana peel becomes like a natural what's that, melanoma, right? Melatonin, yeah. Or your doctor's one is T, starts with a T, trazodone. Okay, so we don't need synthetic medicines. We don't need fake petroleum-based, products. And MDs push products. The first thing that they're going to do is, oh, you got this. Boom, here's a pill. Try that. If that doesn't work, oh, we got side effects? Great. This one takes care of the side effects. And by the time you know it, you're on 7 or 8 different medications. True story. I know this gal, a military friend, and so it's his wife. And within 2.5 years of her just going in for one symptom, she was on 8 different medications. 2.5 years later, she almost committed suicide, and she attacked him, saying, ooh, federal government, you're a spy and everything. So they actually admitted her. Sad story, admitted her. But it was all because of medication. Everything. She was fine, just had one issue, and all she had to do is reboot her system. How do you reboot your system? Many different ways, but most importantly is fasting. You 3-day fast is going to help you with that. So anything I missed, there's so much, Guy. There's so much to all of this. But if you just get on that one morning drink, he says the lime, ginger, and turmeric in the morning with some honey if you need sweetener. Cut out the sugars. Cut out the fake sugars. Okay. Use all your sugars should be coming from your fruits and vegetables and so on. Your water intake should be coming from your fruits, vegetables, and so on. Salts. Change your salts to pink Himalayan salt, Celtic salt, or sea salt. Okay. I've been informed that, hey, this table salt's been around forever, and I'm, still getting on. Well, you're absolutely right. It's in moderation, and different people, different bodies react differently to certain things. So there you go. I think that's it for now. If there's any questions, don't hesitate to call me. Phone number is 670-588-4683. Peace.